Raw kicks off with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman coming to the ring. I thought the Universal Champion was an urban myth. Paul cuts a promo and talks some trash about Joe while Lesnar stands there. Joe comes to the ring and him and Lesnar have a good stare at each other before starting a brawl. About 4 security guards come out to break them up. They all get dropped. Then Kurt Angle comes out on the ramp and starts gesturing for people to come out of the locker room. The whole locker room comes out to break up the brawl, and Joe and Lesnar break free a couple times and get a few more hits in, but that's about it. We've seen this spot a few times with Brock. Quick note before I get on with the review, this is the Raw that went head to head with Game 5 of the NBA Finals, which was the last game sadly as Golden State beat the Cavaliers. Elias Sampson is out to sing yet another song on Raw. Once again it's interrupted by Dean Ambrose. The Miz comes out during the match and jumps up on the apron. Ambrose then chases Miz around the ring and throws him into a barricade. Ambrose slides back into the ring, just missing the count out, and Sampson drops his knee on the back of his head, and then he hits him with the plectrum for the finish. The match was there. Goldust cuts another one of his promos he's been doing in recent weeks. At this point we're just waiting to see him have a match and if he'll come out with his hairpiece. Backstage, Angle yells at The Miz for running in on the match, and Miz tells Angle Ambrose is lucky that's all that happened because last week he ruined his Intercontinental Championship comeback tour kickoff celebration. Miz tells Angle to do something about Dean Ambrose, and Angle says he'll do nothing, and that if The Miz has a problem with him, to do something. That's exactly what The Miz did, so I don't know why Kurt was angry. Cedric Alexander beat Noam Dar in a 9-second match while Alicia Fox was FaceTiming Noam's phone or something. I don't know, it was trash. Bray Wyatt comes out and cuts a promo. He says if you take his name in vain, you will fall. Then Seth Rollins comes out, calls Bray a coward. Bray told Rollins he doesn't want this fight and that his power is more than he can possibly fathom. Then he disappeared and came back up on the Titantron, and he tells Rollins, "You found the will to slay a king, but a god lives forever." I guess these two are gonna feud. Apollo Crews and Kalisto had an alright match. Titus was in Crews' corner as always, and Akira Tozawa was watching in the crowd. Then after the match, Titus grabbed him and put him in the ring with him and Crews, and they took a selfie together. I don't know what's going on in this story. Apollo beat Kalisto with like a sit-out powerbomb sort of thing. I think it's his finish, I don't know. Rhino and Heath Slater are eating crackers and cheese in a can backstage, and The Miz approaches Heath and offers him a spot to join his entourage. Heath says he wants a shot at the IC title, and Rhino says he already has a tag team partner, and Miz better go find one because he's going to Angle and asking for a tag match tonight. Then he shoves a plate of crackers in his mouth. Alexa Bliss comes out and talks about being forced to defend her title against Nia last week. Then she talks about gracing everyone with her presence, and Nia comes out complaining about her using the word forced, saying Alexa promised her that shot. Alexa backpedals and starts to be nice, and pins the problem on Mickie James and Dana Brooke for ruining the match. Then Mickie and Dana come out, and Mickie calls Alexa a dwarf. Dana and Mickie talk about what Alexa said to them last week in the locker room like a bunch of snitches. Then Emma comes out and says she's ready to take her place at the top of the Raw Women's division. And Sasha Banks comes out. I thought she was a cruiserweight now, but I guess not. She says some stuff and then hits Alexa like a heel, and everyone starts to brawl. Back from the break, and there's a 6-woman tag match happening. Kurt booked it during commercial. It's Alexa, Nia and Emma versus Sasha, Mickie and Dana. The match didn't go that long. When Emma went to make a tag, Alexa jumped off the apron and walked up the ramp. Sasha reversed a roll-up into a crossface for the win. Rhino and Heath come out for the match, followed by The Miz, and someone dressed up in a bear costume is The Miz's partner. I thought The Miz got to choose his partner, and even if he couldn't find anyone, which is what I guess they were going for, wouldn't he just have a handicap match? Anyway, during the match, the bear hurts his lower back and goes to tag The Miz, and Miz just bashes him on the outside and takes the head off of the bear while saying, "Hi, Ambrose!" And the guy in the bear costume isn't Dean. Rhino throws Miz into the ring, and there was a switch made with the bears. Kayfabe. The bear hits Heath with dirty deeds and takes the head off. Miz gets scared because it's Ambrose. He turns around and bumps into Maurice, who falls off the apron. Actually, I don't think he touched her. She fell off the apron. Anyway, Miz turns around into a dirty deeds, and Heath gets put on Miz by Ambrose for the pin. Rich Swann comes out for his match against Neville, and before he finishes his entrance, Neville starts to beat the shit out of him. He then cuts a promo talking shit about Aries, TJ Perkins, Swann and Akira Tozawa. Big Cass is found laid out again backstage, and you see the Revival walk by in the background. They still come out for their match against Anderson and Gallows. Cass is hurt the whole match, and Enzo ends up tagging in and getting handicapped. Anderson and Gallows win with the Magic Killer. After the match they go to give Enzo another one, but the Big Show comes out to make the save and Big Cass watches on. R-Truth cuts another trash promo with the NWO filter. Enzo thanks Big Show backstage for saving him 2 weeks in a row now, but is suspicious about Big Cass saying he was knocked out with one punch. Enzo alludes to it maybe being Show, and the Big Show calls Cass soft. Main event time, and the Hardys are facing Cesaro and Sheamus in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the tag titles. I like this match. I felt the first 2 falls were a bit quick, but it was alright because the match was good. The first fall went to Sheamus and Cesaro when Sheamus hit a brogue kick on Jeff while he was doing a handstand on top of the turnbuckle. The second fall went to the Hardys after Matt hit Cesaro with a twist of fate. The finish was both teams brawling on the outside and getting counted out. It was ruled a tie, so Sheamus and Cesaro retained the titles. Seeing as how this was the Raw that went up against the NBA final, it was pretty shitty. Yeah, Lesnar was on the show at the start, but see, here's the thing. Who gives a f***? We'll see you next week for the next Rush Raw review.